We're going to call this regular monthly meeting of the Scarborough Sanitary District to order. And we're going to call the roll. Looks like we have a full roll tonight. I'll start with Ben.
Here.
Tony.
Here.
Mike. Here. Bruce.
Here.
Joe.
Present.
Excellent. Jason?
I'm here as well.
All right. I'm Nick too, and I'm here too. All right. Approval of the regular monthly meeting minutes from December, please.
Motion to approve.
Excellent.
Second.
Thank you. Any corrections? All in favor? None opposed? Okay. Monthly report of operations, superintendent's report. I'm jumping ahead, sorry. Your turn.
That's all right. Copy of the monthly report of operations for the month of December is included in the packet. Is that right? Our average effluent flow for the month was 1.52 million gallons a day. Our effluent quality was well within our permitted limits. We averaged 96% BOD removal and 98% TSS removal with monthly effluent concentrations of 9 and 5 milligrams per liter. The copy of the pump station flows for the month of December is included in your packet. No issues were noted. Pump Station 1 construction, T-Bucks submitted their second payment application for the Snow Canning Road Pump Station. The amount due was $82,511.61. This application is for stored materials that are stored off-site at their yard in a storage building. CMP is the current holdup with regards to on-site work. This should be resolved shortly. We're looking at, I think, a 5-week timeframe for CMP to do their work. Apex was on site taking some pre-construction photos. Site work for that is scheduled to begin in March for the dewatering project. And our annual audit, on-site work is scheduled for February 17th and 18th, which Wendy and Serena have been getting ready for, so.
Cool.
And that's all I have.
Any questions for the superintendent? Okay, moving on. We have no correspondence and no old business. New business.
The Highland Ave sewer extension. Risborough Brothers Construction is proposing a 10-house subdivision off Highland Ave across from St. Max Church. The project would be serviced by a pressure sewer system. There are two options to sewer lots 9 and 10. The cheaper and shorter option is to extend the sewer through an open space via the proposed 4-foot wide trail. The second option would be via Highland Ave, which would benefit the 10 homes outside of the subdivision by allowing them access to the sewer. Risborough Construction Company, wants to pay for the 2 homes that are currently under construction, to include the 2 homes that are currently under construction beyond the actual subdivision. So the additional costs would be $75 a foot, or $7,050 per lot. I recommend authorizing the superintendent to enter into an agreement with Risborough to extend the sewer down Highland Ave for the $56,400 and to work with our legal counsel to develop an assessment and implementation plan. Since writing these notes up, I did have some correspondence with our attorneys, Phil Saucier from Bernstein Shore, and he does goes through our documents and does confirm that we do have the ability to assess homes for betterment for the sewer extension if we choose to do this work. And he would obviously help us with going down that path if that's the path we choose. So it's really up to the board whether we wanted to extend the sewer to allow the sewering of those additional homes on Highland Ave, or Risborough would be obviously could move forward with the project and just service the two homes outside of lots 9 and 10 for no additional cost to the district. So, by the way, this is not to approve the subdivision project. It's just to help direct us on which way they're going to lay the sewer out for the project. Once that is determined, the project will be coming before the trustees for final approval.
Oh, Dave, you said it's a
Before we
pressurized.
talk, can I have a motion to
Oh,
approve? Is that the motion? To approve the superintendent to enter into an agreement with Rosbera Brothers Construction.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Jay. Do I have a second? Tony?
Yep.
Thank you. Now we can talk. What was your question?
Sorry about that. I jumped the gun here. So, you said it's a pressure system, right? Mm-hmm. Is it low or high pressure?
Low pressure system.
Okay, so it is low pressure system.
Yep.
And is Rosbera paying for the sewer to extend to the line?
Well, they would be paying for the sewer, obviously for the subdivision that they're proposing.
Right.
And lots 9 and 10, which are actually also have frontage on, well, their frontage is actually on Highland Ave, but they could sewer lots 9 and 10 through the green space between the end of their proposed road, Trestle Way, going down the green space and service those two homes. When I looked at this, to me, it would be nice to extend sewer down Highland Ave in front of those other homes and service lots 9 and 10 that way, but it's like an additional, I forget how many feet. And obviously, it's digging on the side of the road versus through a field. So there is, they put together a price estimate for me, and they came up with a cost estimate to install the pressure sewer line at $75 a foot. And the additional $56,400 is the differential between the distance through the field or the distance down Highland Ave.
How much is that total?
The footage wise?
The difference, right?
I gave
Could,
it-
could the district absorb that difference and make it good for those homeowners and get? get the
Could we
return?
absorb, I mean, that's really up to the board. Alternatively, typically, when you do a sewer extension, it's just part of the subdivision project, and the cost is rolled into the project. Where these are existing homes, it would be up to the board whether they wanted to absorb them or not. In that case, basically what happens is the ratepayers as a whole is supporting that addition, so.
What's your thoughts, Dave?
I think, I would like to extend it down Highland Ave and assess those homes, the additional cost. I think $75 a foot for
That's a bargain.
is fairly
So
reasonable.
It's another 50 grand or so? 40 grand?
It's 56,400, so it'd be about, I gave the number, $7,050 per lot assessment would be to extend the sewers for those 10 lots. I reached out to Bernstein Shore and asked the question about doing an assessment on those homes with regards to some type of fee that could be paid over time, and they said that could be, the district could do that. If you do that, obviously you want to write it into the deed, and they had some legalese with that.
So is that still a low-pressure system?
That still would be a low-pressure sewer system.
How do the homeowners tie in? They'll have to get like one of those E1 stations?
They would have to still pay a capacity reserve fee.
Right.
They would have to get an E1 system, or E1 pump station or something similar, and have that installed, so.
Have you talked to them at all?
I have not. This is, maybe this is the next step, is I reach out and contact all the homeowners and see if they're interested, and typically, you're gonna find if you're gonna start taking a poll, you're gonna find, well, what we've found in the past is it's broken up into thirds. A third of the people know they have a septic system problem and want sewer desperately, the other third just replace the septic system and don't want anything to do with it, and the other third don't know at all, anything about their sewer system at all, so.
But the question becomes, if you do install it, do the abutters or people along that have to pay that fee?
That's the question to the board, you know. You know, if we want to do the betterment of the sewer extension, do we want to assess those homes and, or not do it at all? I mean, that's certainly an option the board has.
There's some things on here that aren't clear to me.
Sure.
Like where the sewer starts and ends currently on Highland.
The sewer, basically, there's, on the left-hand side of Highland Ave, there's that development there that's for Highland Ave shown.
Yeah.
Basically, the sewer, that's also a pressure sewer system.
So that's
it-
currently where it ends?
Yeah, that's currently where, well, it's going to end, it's under construction right
Right.
now. But yeah, that's currently where they would be tying in and extending up to the proposed Trestleway, servicing Trestleway.
Okay. And on this aerial photo, lots 9 and 10 on the aerial photo are not lots 9 and 10 on,
They are not.
The subdivision.
If there's a space in between 6 and 9, that's where those 9 and 10 lots are located.
so why are 9 and 10 on the aerial photo included in this assessment if they're beyond where the sewer is being extended?
They would be, they wanted to extend the sewer up to basically house 10. That's outside the subdivision. It's currently a lot that's being developed with a single-family home, I suspect, by Risbera. And instead of doing a septic system, they would like to tie those
Yep.
last two houses
I know what I want to do.
into the septic,
Be easier for him.
into the pressure sewer system. And they, if you look at the cost estimate they provided, which is on the next page, you see the RBCC pays for 2 users not included in the subdivision. Those are the last two houses, number 9 and 10. Not lots 9 and 10. That's a confusing part, I'm sorry about that.
Question for you, Dave.
Sure.
There is a house currently under construction right now that I don't believe is lot 10. That is beyond lot 10. It's closer to number 40 Highland Avenue, which is depicted on here, but,
I don't know where 40 Highland Avenue.
you know, it's,
Oh,
sorry, what shows as existing grayed out here on this plan, I believe they're showing as 40 Highland Avenue. I could be mistaken, but
Okay.
I wonder about that new house under construction there, if it would be included in that.
that, I think that's the two houses that they want to include. One is under construction, one's an empty lot.
Okay,
And those are the two houses Risbera is currently doing, and they want to extend it to beyond the subdivision lot 9 and 10,
yep,
and capture those two other houses. And those are the two that they would pay for the additional, the $7,050 for those two lots.
okay. Understood,
I'm
because
sure
that
there's-
would bring it to just about, well, near the corner, the intersecting corner there of, I don't know,
Bornheimer Way.
Bornheimer Way. Which is not sewered either.
Bornheimer Way is.
It is,
Yeah, it's a private sewer system.
okay. And it comes all the way to Highland Ave, or those two
It-
houses on
it-
Highland Ave? For some reason, I was thinking that didn't come all the way up.
No, and I've looked at it a million times, but I can't tell you right now. But the sewer basically flows from Highland Ave side into the development. There's a pump station there, and then it pumps kind of up through the back towards Fog Road.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't think it came all the way out to Harlem Ave, but
Yeah.
I may be mistaken there. Got
No,
it.
Bornheimer Way is on sewer.
Okay, that clarifies it for me, thank you.
Yep.
So where we see the number 10 on this aerial photo,
That's not this.
there's 2 houses under construction right
Yes.
there? Okay.
This is not unusual, though, right?
You, what's that?
This is not unusual. It's happened, must have happened before.
Not in my tenure at the district.
No?
That, the district ended up paying for a sewer extension. This would be the first sewer extension that the district paid for. And then collected an assessment on. The most recent one would probably be Sawyer Road,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
cottages on Sawyer. The developer paid for that entire sewer, force main down Sawyer Road that passed a number of homes. The difference being, that was his only option, to
Gotcha.
sewer that project. So if, so he paid for that sewer extension.
So they.
What I have
sorry.
found that existing homes that we do a sewer extension by, they tend to not connect in any soon timeframe. Pondview Drive is a good example of that. That was a pressure sewer system that was put down Pondview Drive, probably 15 years ago.
That was before you came.
It was before I came here, and I do not believe one home on Pondview Drive has connected to it that we passed. The sewer actually got extended to provide sewer service to one home, but it was not, nobody has connected. So I don't see anyone rushing to connect on this project.
And if I could ask another question. So this sewer would run in front of lots 9 and 10 on the subdivision plan. So they get to connect 4 houses to this
They would get,
for $14,000, they chip in 14,000 and they get to connect 4 houses?
well, the 9 and 10 is part of the sewer extension. So I forgot the numbers, I want to say it's 250 feet. So they could sewer those from Trestle Way by extending the sewer to
520 feet.
520 feet. So they're paying, so it's 1,400, almost 1,500 feet from Trestle Way for the entire sewer extension. They would pay for the first 520 feet to sewer these last 2 homes. So they wouldn't, subdivision 9 and 10, so.
Yeah.
So it's really,
It doesn't seem like a great deal for our ratepayers, in my opinion, just looking at the numbers quickly. The presentation of it is unclear, so there may be things I don't understand, but on its face, it doesn't seem like a great deal to our current customers, in my opinion.
okay, no, that's fine, at $75 a foot for sewer extension, that's, I would disagree, I would argue that's actually a fairly good bargain price.
If you want to compare, the last time we went through one in Wells, it was Wilson Ave, it was $443 a foot. And it was quite the assessment.
So,
I think that it's an opportunity to provide sewer where there is none, and that we could use it.
I consider it only because I think it's a benefit in a lot of ways, because sewer, like Dave said, it may not happen tomorrow, but I think at some point you'll probably see those people tie in, you know?
Yeah, well, I may just need to better understand the numbers.
I think the cost of $75 is pretty low.
Yeah, I guess that might be the part I don't understand, is that that's below, is that we're getting that at below market
Bargain,
rate.
right.
Part of it is because they had to extend it anyway. And what we're doing is just paying the difference of the extension.
Yeah,
As
exactly right.
opposed to paying for the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly right.
And then getting that money back through the betterment.
Yes.
The betterment wouldn't get all of the money back.
Yes, it
and-
would.
Yeah.
Well, it depends
It would-
on how
it would have
the rules are written. We've been
That, I think we had this discussion.
We
and when-
did.
In my discussion with the
attorney.
attorneys, they didn't say we could only collect 50% of
Okay.
the betterment,
All right.
or the
That
cost.
works for the whole thing then.
Yes, that's my understanding when I had the discussion with the attorney.
You know, there are other things that, for existing customers that this thing goes by, we have made accommodation where they didn't have to pay the assessment until they connected.
Because basically it's an investment, if you think about it, right?
It is.
If the board would like, I could reach out to the homeowners there and try to survey them and
What's your thoughts
I
on that?
think that would be a good next
Me
step.
too, I think it's a good idea.
To reach out
and
and
maybe have a workshop with them.
just see
or-
what their interest is.
All right, I think I saw Ruth?
So are you talking about then you're gonna call and assess, ask these people whose house is on Highland Ave if they would be interested
In sewer,
in sewer?
at
So
a
you're gonna
cost.
At cost. But that's just to put the pipe in, that doesn't mean I'm gonna hook up my house.
That's correct.
Will you be able to give them a price for how much that's gonna cost?
I can approximate it,
Yep.
and it all depends on when they would do it.
Huh.
I know what the cost of the pump stations are, I know what our capacity reserve fee is. I do not know what a contractor would charge them to install.
Dave, are they older houses or newer houses?
Older.
Older, yeah. Because, I mean, septic's not cheap either.
No, a new septic system's about $20,000.
I mean, think about it, if you gotta pay 20 grand for a new septic system, damn.
That's why, I mean, essentially the two homes that Risborough is currently under construction or about to be, they want to include those
Sure.
in this
Nah,
project.
I can see the benefit.
To them, it's basically the same cost. But it's a selling
As
point.
as a new septic
How
system.
much are those E1 stations there? You know, roughly?
They're about $5,000.
Really? Wow, that's pretty cheap.
And,
Damn.
and what are you saying is the approximate market rate would be to run this line, if we just got a bid for it per linear foot?
Oh, I would,
More along the lines of like $200.
yeah, I think $200.
Yeah, I'd say between 200 and 300.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's the piece of the puzzle I was missing, was that we're getting a much better linear foot cost on it.
And what are we talking, just a 4-inch? What are we talking going down the street?
That's a
It
good
might
point.
be two,
We
it
haven't
depends on the
even
design.
gone
Yeah.
down that road. It's either a 2 or a 3-inch line.
Yeah.
Cost of the pipe really is different between a 2 and a 3-inch
Yeah.
line is,
You're not digging 20 feet into the ground like you'd have to on Black Point Road.
yeah.
And there are some systems that put in 2 pipes in case the first one fails. You have a backup.
Only under harvest.
So,
Yes, Joe?
for clarity, Trestle Way enters just in the backside of 4 Highland Avenue and basically extends to 40 Highland Avenue, which is basically opposite of Bornheimer, correct?
It doesn't go quite that far. Sorry for answering for you.
No, that's fine.
40 Highland Avenue is right across from Bornheimer.
Right.
Trestle Way doesn't quite go this far. This, on your plan, is 40 Highland Avenue.
Right.
Here's where Trestle Way is going to end.
But
So
these are the 2 lots they want to include.
Correct. So this,
And this is
their
Bornheimer,
potential is, yes, Bornheimer is not shown on this plan, but it is.
Right here.
Right there. So they're looking at, if they were to do it down Trestle Way, they would sewer these from
Just plain.
this area across country. Likely this walking trail would be a good place to put a sewer line, but I'm not the designer. So it would be that option, or we come this way, down Highland Avenue, and offer up to these properties connection to the sewer line.
But then,
Because currently, we do not run from Black Point Road to Bornheimer.
No, there is no sewer there.
We actually don't pick up sewer till after Bornheimer on Highland, correct?
Actually, quite a ways up. to
It's
basically
more
the
like
top of the
Chamberlain,
hill.
right?
Huh?
Yeah, it's more like Chamberlain or something like that.
All those new houses on
Sewer's
Chamberlain
not
are
cheap.
not sewer.
Especially if you get to start digging.
If you go up to the hill,
It's Minuteman, I
Golf
think.
course to,
past the golf course, on the left, there's a road, I can't think of the name of it.
I would wanna know.
It's a dead-end
Would be
road.
interested
They
in that.
actually have a private pressure sewer system that ties into the gravity on Highland Ave, basically right there at that intersection. So just beyond the golf course, the
Disc golf.
disc
disc
golf.
golf now.
So in addition, for clarity, what you're asking is to have a conversation essentially of whether or not the best alternative is to go down Trestle Way or come up Highland Avenue, right?
I think the difference is whether or not we ask Risbera to go other than Trestle Way, because they're happy to go down Trestle Way.
Oh, yeah, no, I understand that, because they're already
Okay.
digging it and making the road. So I completely understand that. I'm just looking at the current abutters, right? So like, in order for them to like tie into Trestle Way, they're going through their back dooryard, right? To Trestle Way
I
to
don't
tap
believe
in.
that's an option for them.
What's that?
For them, if the decision is to
You're building a
put the
a
sewer
trail
down
anyways.
Trestle Way,
I
those
don't think for
homeowners
sewer.
on Highland Avenue will not have an option for that.
They will not, no.
This is definitely-
And we're not looking to bring Trestle Way back to Highland Avenue. We're looking to end it right where that walking trail would be for 9 and 10
Correct.
that are on Highland Avenue.
It's an odd lot,
These are all new
the subdivision's an odd lot.
I guess I have
Go ahead.
a question. If the sewer gets extended down to Highland Avenue to pick up lot 9 and 10 and the other lot 9 and 10, how are the houses on Trestle Way sewered?
there you go.
They would still be sewered off of a
Okay.
pressure sewer
Okay.
system.
Okay, okay.
That, I mean,
Yeah.
there's always gonna be a sewer line going up
Right
Trestle
across.
Way.
So-
It's a matter of whether it ends
Right.
at the,
Okay, so no matter what, Trestle Way will have a pressure sewer.
correct.
And that's what Risbere's already paying for.
Yeah,
They would pay for that.
Owners of $7,500 a house.
Yeah, they would pay for that sewer.
Yeah.
They would pay for the sewer going across their green space down the 4-foot walking path
Gotcha.
to service the lot 9 and 10 on the proposed subdivision.
Gotcha.
I wonder how many houses there are on this road.
They're willing to take that 500 feet and put it in Highland Ave. And then if the district pays the additional to service those, they, you know,
Gotcha.
they're willing to work with us on that. But they don't wanna absorb that additional cost. I just looked at it as an opportunity to serve
If this ends here, why can't these
some
guys
older
come across
homes.
here?
I know when the
Wouldn't that be
sewers, the septic system fails, it can be very expensive.
Coming in the back of the house. Especially when you're talking about wetlands.
Oh, I see.
That's pretty much all the Scarborough.
That's the problem. That would be, that would
Okay,
be
thank you.
So,
Yeah.
with that, I guess I'm looking for direction from the board on what do you feel the next step should be? Should I reach out to the homeowners and start having that conversation with them? Would we like to have a workshop with the homeowners?
Should we
Do we not wanna do this at all
Right.
until Risbera, just do your development?
I would like, I think it would be worth reaching out to the homeowners and just getting an idea, because then we better understand the exposure to our budget in the near future. And it sounds like, it sounds like what it would cost each homeowner would be roughly the cost of a replacement septic system probably to buy into this. So it's a reasonable ask for anyone that's got a septic system over 10 years old.
That, my understanding is the septic system is about $20,000. You might know better than I do.
Yeah, anywhere from 12 to 25, really.
When you say reach out to the homeowners, you're talking about the existing on Highland Avenue,
Existing on Highland Ave.
from Black Point Road to Trestle Way.
No, from Trestle Lane basically up to Bornheimer, the ones that would be impacted by the additional fee.
You know,
The betterment fee.
So then
Dave.
lots right there.
Hey Dave, you know how many
So he's
houses
gonna
that
call
might
these
be?
people and ask them, hey, would you be interested in a new septic line?
Seven,
There's, I thought there were numbered 8 on
It's gonna
here.
cost you about $7,500 just to have it
On the
here, and
picture?
then whatever it's gonna cost you to hook up. So, hey, I'm getting
Say there are 8 houses, right? And what's the assessment? Really one day that you
I think,
I want to look at the breakdown.
Nick, I guess my direction would be first, either a workshop with these individuals,
Okay.
The homeowners?
the homeowners, or
And do we know what
Dave,
the
reach out
cost
to them individually. Sometimes it's more difficult to get everybody in one place at one time. And it is a pretty important discussion, I think, as to, at least for me, in making a decision on where we go
is? A little bit
from
more
there.
than
I think gauging the interest of those folks is only fair at this point.
Why don't I do this, set up a workshop for after the next trustees meeting with these homeowners? Or maybe before, so if we want to take action on it, we could, that meeting.
We can do that.
And between this meeting and next meeting, I'll also reach out to each homeowner and ask them to attend and also give them a briefing of what we're talking about and get their feelings, idea of what their feelings, and if they're going to attend or not, I could always convey what their desires are also.
We can do that. We do have a motion on the floor. I think if we withdraw it and then just direct the superintendent to move forward with a workshop, that might be the way to do it. That work for you?
No, I don't think we need to withdraw the motion. We can still have him conduct an assessment if we choose, or we vote it down.
You think we can vote on it and just move forward? And tell Rosemary that we're,
The only thing the motion's asking for is it's asking him to conduct an assessment.
no,
Of an
the
implementation.
motion I thought was to direct the superintendent to enter into an agreement with Rosvera. I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, so I think, I agree with Joe that just vote down the motion, the
Okay,
request, that would table that piece, but then also direct me to do a workshop and reach out to the homeowners. Okay? How's
all
that?
right, so we'll have a vote on the motion,
Vote me down.
and I'll ask all in favor of moving forward with the Rosvera construction agreement. All in favor? We have 1 for, any against? And we have 6 against. Perfect. Works for me.
Where do you table it?
Cool. If you table it, then you can't talk about it anymore. That's the difference.
Yep.
That's why I didn't want to do that. So,
I
right now,
understand
we
that.
don't need a motion just to direct you to, or ask you to hold a workshop. I think that's what we need.
That works for me. I mean, I think
So
that's a fine approach,
Could we try to have the workshop at 6:30
and move our meeting to,
and then just start our meeting
Directly after. the
directly
workshop.
after the workshop?
We can do that.
Yeah, I won't hold people up. It'll be early.
And then we can give them a better time of 6:30 rather than tell them they're after our meeting.
Point of order, you just have to make that a motion, because it's a public meeting, for a 30-day notice to change the meeting time to 7 PM.
Or do we want to do it at 6 PM and keep our meeting time at 6:30?
We could do that too.
What's the preference? I don't
Because,
have, I
yeah,
don't have a
our
preference.
meeting time is written in our bylaws for 6:30, so
Hmm.
you are correct. If you were gonna change the meeting time, you would have to make an announcement.
Well,
6 o'clock?
why don't we just make it one agenda item and we could start everything at 6:30 and just call the order and then talk to the residents.
Could do that too.
Make it part of the
Part of
meeting.
Part of the meeting.
Yeah, it's a good
Instead
idea.
of a separate workshop.
That's even better.
I like that
That's
better.
simpler.
Dave, does Risbara have to be there, you think?
We can ask them to.
I don't think they need to.
Okay.
Oh, they
really.
don't need to, but we can
It's-
ask them if they want to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. They might have some questions for him, I don't know.
Cool. All right, I think we're ready to move on to the budget summary.
12-month budget summaries include your packet. I recommend approval.
Motion to approve. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Joe. Any questions on the budget summary? Okay, all in favor? Did I catch everyone? All right, none opposed. Good. Public comments? Woodrow? Okay. Trustee comments. Ben?
Happy New Year to everybody, and thanks to all the hard work at the district and keeping everything going smooth in this cold weather.
Tony?
No, I thought the discussion was good today. It was something different, right? We talked about, and I thought everybody contributed very well. I thought it was very good.
Cool. Mike?
Just to expand what Ben said with the cold weather, we got crews out there, maintaining and keeping the operations going, so kudos to them. And appears to be another successful month. Thank you.
Cool. Jay?
Thanks to staff, all they do, stay warm up there.
Ruth?
Ditto. Great job. Thank you very much. Riley, I hope it's going well for you. Good.
Joe?
Again, thanks to the staff. It's, as everybody's mentioned, it's pretty cold out there. And Serena and Wendy, good luck on the starting process with another audit. I know you'll do well. And I appreciate all your extra efforts you're putting into that as we go forward. And look forward to looking through this project next month.
Cool. I'll echo my trustee comments, fellow trustee comments. Then I'll entertain the final motion of the evening.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Jason. I'll give
Second.
Tony the second.
Thank you.
All in favor? None opposed? Thank you.